Alright, y'all. We're back. We're finna try this again, though. We're gonna see what's coming through with the reading, though. I did it, though. I'm gonna say that, though. Girl, I want you to hold me tonight. Alright, let's go. If the same thing come out then, I knew I wasn't off, though. You got hold your vision. Because in the last reading, you hear me say the cards that I necessarily pulled. It was kind of like, it just felt like it was beating down a dead horse, ideally, though. It was kind of like needing to push. It got, what do you need to release? That was like the first time before I even cut the camera on. It's reversed over. For some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like it's holding on to old things. The first spread wasn't necessarily giving me what I needed, though. It really wasn't, though, so I was like, fuck it. The energy is gaining momentum. That one is reversed, but we're going to flip it up, though. So I feel like for some of y'all, though, it's like holding on to old things. The answer you need are coming. This is the same thing, though. I had to, like, see was it right, though, because it just felt so blah. For some of y'all, though, I feel like it's this stagnancy, like the number 9, the Virgo season. Some of y'all just stuck. You got a fiery climax approaches, though. For some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like it's just needing to let go of certain things, though. Dead ass. Because you got conclusions that's all within reach, reverse. For some of y'all, I don't know why I kind of get this, though, because it say emotions are running high. It gives me like somebody's grasping for air. I don't know who that is, but it's like somebody's grasping for air. Not like it's this exasperation to where, like, you like, oh, my God, I can't breathe, da-da-da-da, or like the choking aspect. It's just more like more, but there's nothing more to give. Like, is that like, I don't know. It's this energy of like somebody wanting more. But they not giving, though, because in the Moonology they do got a card that's in Libra where it's like it's time to give rather than take. So for some of y'all, though, it's like as much as you want, you have to be able to give. It's kind of like this more. So for some of y'all, though, it's like needing to release. As I always talk about the scales and the balance, and for some people they just be wanting so much, and they get mad when the scales they tip the fuck over. It's like, oh my God, this is not balanced. I'm out of sync, because it's like, yeah, you doing too much, or you're holding on to too much, or you're trying to do certain things, like that type of energy, though. Because you got a lot of full moons. I tell you, that's releasing aspects, the things you're trying to get rid of. Bitch, keep that. Overall, we got Ace of Swords, though. I like that, though. Ace of Swords is just a newness. It could be conversation. Damn. First card out is a 4 of Pentacles. I don't like that, though. Could be about money matters, contractual type matters, ideally, though. It just could be holding on to certain things, though, because you got that. What do you need to release? 2 of Swords. There you go. That was in my dream space. It was, though. The World. 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords. Ooh. The Moon, the Truth. Ooh. Strengthen the Star. So some of y'all may be fluctuating from sister signs, because we got 2 sister signs out, ideally, though. So it could be siblings, though. I will say that, though. It could be siblings or family type drama, though, because you got sister signs out of this bitch raining. 7 of Swords. I need one more. Whew. 7 of Pentacles. All right. Overall mood, we got 7 of Pentacles. For some of y'all, though, it's kind of like wanting. For some of y'all keep planting seeds on old soil. Some of y'all don't know how to put new soil down. Or some of y'all just like things are coming to the light, ideally, though. When I say that grasping for air, it's kind of like more. But you know, the number 7 is all about revisioning, regrouping, and trying to see what it is that you have before you go off and get more. So the 8 necessary can be a new beginning, or just calling in those said energies for like teamworks and partnerships. But some of y'all need to to go back and regroup and figure out what this 7 of Pentacles mean to y'all. So it could be financial, contractual, ideally, though. Because on the bottom of the deck, shit. You got Tower, 9 of Swords, and the 4 of Swords. So that puts you in a 5 of Swords type energy. So it's like this conflict. It could be self-sabotaging type energy, though. Or it could be just needing to release, or just feeling like you at a standstill. For some of y'all, though, it's like needing to wave the white flag, because the Tower moment can suggest that it's necessarily time to need to let certain things go. Or it's just pure chaos, to where it's like at a point to where it's kind of like it's not working anymore. Like something's just not working, because the 4 of Swords is kind of like, I don't give a fuck. And it's like this resting. It's like, I don't give a fuck, but ideally, though, it's like this numbness, though. I will say I don't give a fuck, though. I said it's like this. I don't give a fuck, but oh well, ain't nobody. I don't need no help. This shit the way it is, and some of y'all need some help ideally though, and not knowing how to act. You got 5 of Cups reversed though. That's that. You got Ace of Swords. You got 10 of Wands, and you have the Emperor here. For some of y'all though, this could be revisioning a managerial positions or the home front, or how you run certain things, or how you deal with your said masculine energy. Because the masculines thinks that ideally though, like a lot of feminists are just like, I'm gonna get this paper, I'm gonna get this money, I'm gonna do this, I'm gonna have sex, da 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 da, I'm gonna do this, and then be like, oh, and then crying of heartbreak, because it's like this out of balance type energy. For some of y'all though, I feel like it's holding on to some said position though. For some of y'all, somebody could be challenging authority in those type of aspects. So you got Ace of Swords. It's kind of like this newness. I don't know though. For some of y'all though, it feel like it being this Emperor, it's some taxing ass energy though. If it's like a job though, ideally though, going through changes, or it could be unworthy or unruly employees necessary. That's like you always got to fix. It's always it's changing. It's kind of like this. So it's like at the moment to where it's like needing to relinquish power from certain people though. It's like too many people are doing too much things though. For some of y'all, kind of feel like that. All right, let's go. Okay, you got 4 of Pentacles as the first card out. You got 3 of Pentacles and the 8 of Swords, and you have the Devil type energy. For some of y'all though, I kind of feel like this is like some it's a certain spread. It is. For some of y'all know, I kind of feel like it's this energy though. 4 of Pentacles and the 3 of Pentacles and the 8. For some of y'all, kind of get this energy though. It's gonna work until it don't work no more. Cause that's that Devil type energy though. So it's like being bonded or tethered to something though, ideally though. So it's like I'm gonna let it work until it don't work no more, ideally. That's what I kind of feel like though, because the 8 of Swords is being trapped up in a situation. And I explained to y'all that a martyr, ideally though, a person who necessarily sacrificed themselves for the greater good and end up resenting it. For some people, they do this for the applause of certain people, the attention ideally that they get. So they be tethered to situation like going in, rescuing people or helping people, ideally though, that dominant type trait, because it soothes them. For some of y'all though, this is a job position that some of y'all, like I feel like somebody's challenging you and saying no, you need to let it go. But it soothes somebody so much because you got the Emperor and the Devil. For some of y'all, it's like a control issue, though. I kind of feel like this, though. And they are not sister signs. I don't know. So, whatever works. Whatever it is. Okay. You got 2 of Swords. Ooh. You got 2 of Swords, the Moon, and the Strength. And the Hermit reverse. This is where it gets tricky, though. You got the Moon and the Strength though, ideally though, for some of y'all though, it's kind of like the 4 of Pentacles, 3 of Pentacles, 8 of Swords, the Devil though, for some of y'all though. For some of y'all though, I want to say like this Devil though, ideally though, this Capricorn type energy, or I kind of feel like it's this said control for some of y'all though. Somebody could play like a lot of mind games. I kind of feel like that though, with the 8 of Swords though, it's like being caught up in situations that you necessarily feel like that's unfair. The 8 of Swords ideally though, like being surrounded by options of way out. It could be communication, it could be people, it just could be resources around you and not necessarily tapping into them, because you got the Hermit reverse, and you also got the Moon and the Strength though. For some of y'all though, I feel like it's like this necessarily understanding, like it's like, you know, like that's what it kind of gives me. It's like this energy of somebody knows like the antics of a situation ideally is not working for them, but they keep doing it because you got the Hermit reverse. Like it gives me more like a self-doubt. I don't know what the fuck that is. Anywho, I don't want that energy around me. You got the World in reverse. You got the Star and the King of Swords. And you got the 7 of Wands. Yeah, I said that though. 7, revisioning. 14. Temperance. That's the Temperance card. Overall mood, it could be though. Ideally though, I said 7 of Pentacles. It could be Temperance though. Because number 14 is the Temperance. Pause, y'all. It's a motorcycle ride, man. It's a fucking motorcycle ride, man. Okay, it's gone. Anywho, I feel like the with the World reverse and the Star and the King of Swords though, I kind of feel like it's one of y'all, I feel like ideally though, y'all holding on to something ideally though that should be let go. For some of y'all, it's like a power control set thing. So it kind of be like a person ideally that plays mind games that keeps somebody stuck. It just gives me extreme manipulation though, because you got the Three of Pentacles and the Eight of Swords. It feels like somebody's like, oh, I can do this and look. But it feels like I can do this and look as a person, like somebody's doing something intentionally to a person. It's like this flexing type energy though, especially with this devil here. For some of y'all though, I think over time, like, you know, when you're cutting a person or a position out. For some of y'all though, I kind of feel like this over time where you kind of like, okay, well, I need to let this go. But like, you know, like the intuition card ain't out here though, but it's just the fear of. So some of y'all go into like retreating or avoiding certain people instead of just standing up and like standing your ground. For some of y'all though, I kind of feel like that, but it's pushing y'all into that position. Okay, we'll see what comes out though. Girl, didn't I say the Temperance? Oh, come on now, baby. You got Temperance reverse, Two of Pentacles. You got Three of Swords and a Page of Cups. Yes, that's why I said for some of y'all, though, it's like this relinquishing a control or a job or a situation, though. For some of y'all, I kind of feel like this lack of impatience to be able to sit through and be able to learn certain things that you need to. For some of y'all, this could be like a self-reflection process, like honoring like the dark parts of yourself that you necessarily don't feel like. I kind of feel like this though, but for some of y'all though, it feels like this apology saying I'm sorry though for doing this, but it feels like it's a mind game, like somebody does the same thing over and over and over again. The Hangman ain't feel like it, but I kind of feel like this is this where if it's a relationship or a connection or with people, it's somebody that keep planting soil on the same damn ground and then fucking getting mad when it's like, oh, it's not growing anymore. What the fuck you thought it was gonna do? Like, that's the shit. It's just weird. Ooh, that's really sassy. You got Emperor here. That's why I said one of y'all is kind of like in a position though. For some of y'all though, it could be dealing with a position of power. I kind of feel like that though. It could be dealing with a job, executive, a parent, a person, or you're ideally with parenting. Because I told you we got sister signs here. So this could be siblings though. The oldest or the eldest. Somebody feels like they're in a position of hierarchy. For one of y'all though, this could be, it just gives me like, yeah, this kind of give me like sibling rivalry. I will say that though. Yeah, this sibling rivalry. Because you got Ace of Wands. For some of y'all, going back to this though, I kind of feel like this is fucking sibling rivalry. This is two siblings into it though. And it's kind of like one could necessarily be in the devil type energy to where like they always get into situations where you necessarily have to save them. The other, you feel like the fucking martyr and you end up helping them, but you always end up having to sacrifice parts of you. Sometimes this could be a lover, this could be a parent, ideally coming to the rescue for a child. For some of y'all, this could be that with a parent. So it just gets me the opposite though, but it just feels like somebody that constantly apologizes and keep doing the same thing over and over and over again. And then they say, okay. And then, but they keep doing it because you got this King of Wands and this Four of Swords though. So that's why I said it's like it's a father and a son, or an older sibling and a sibling, or a mom and a parent. It's like these two people and the King of Wands and say, "Oh, I'm sorry," and reaches out. So it's like somebody keeps calling out to somebody because they know they necessarily want to keep helping them, and somebody don't want to. Because you got Two of Wands here. So that's why I said it's like a position though. For some of y'all, I kind of feel like it's somebody challenging somebody said authority. Because you did get the Tower on the bottom of the deck, so there could be somebody who just necessarily likes the rush of power, but they necessarily don't know how to contain it. So it's just oh yeah, I'm in charge, yeah, let me tell you this, and it's just like, what the fuck is you doing with it? Like that type of energy. Because you got Page of Pentacles, King of Pentacles, and the Scorpionic type energy though. I kind of feel like that though. Because the page suggests, I don't see no knight here, so this could be somebody in a position necessarily with the King of Pentacles. So it could be, it's just the money. Like, it's a position to where, like, if it's a career option to where you see people who just necessarily make money. It's like, oh, I'm going to do this for the money, but they necessarily end up hating it. But it's kind of like the longevity of it, so somebody just does a whole bunch of bullshit, though. Like, wait a minute, though. If it was like, say for instance, if you were said like a managerial type aspect, if like excluding this though, like, you know how you have like those record laborers, ideally though, you have those difficult ass people that you work with though. It's kind of like it could be the passion that somebody exudes for it, but at the same time, like we used to see like the behind the scenes in TV shows, ideally though, where a person, they just they don't know how to hold their liquor. Their drug habits is a little bit too much, so it's kind of like, oh my God, I always have to come in and rescue them. For some of y'all though, that same idea is a person that you are connected with, and I feel like it is a sibling or a parent or a person. Girl, I want you to want me too. Because Because you got Queen of Cups and the Page of Wands. For some of y'all, though, I feel like this is emotionally taxing. This week of energy, I think, like, it's some of y'all relinquishing a said control. For some of y'all, though, y'all recognize that y'all complain about, well, I always have to do this, I always have to do this, I always have to do this, but it's the control that you get. I talked about that, though. I talked about that, though, in the Black Family Drama, though. I said that, though, about how masculines used to make the money. So it was okay for him to come drop his kids off and do all these different types of stuff. So the mom or the elder of the family created this hierarchy within the family to think it's okay. So whoever becomes the breadwinner, nobody doesn't say nothing, because money is a currency within itself. It's an emotional currency for some people because it grants wishes. So for somebody, though, I think it's that, though. So it's like cutting the bullshit and like letting it go, because you got the Four of Wands. So for some of y'all, though, y'all say, oh, I'm so tired, I don't want to do this, I don't want to do this. Oh my God, my family gets on my nerves. They're always asking me this. But it's like you like it, though, because you haven't released it yet. For some of y'all, though, it's a sibling, though, that it's like, I always got to come save them. I always got to come save them. I always got to do this. I always got to do this. Because you got Six of Wands, though. It's just the sex that comes behind it, though. 6 and 10, 10 of Wands. That's why I said that shit is a burden. Shit is a fucking burden. That's why I was like, for some of y'all, it's like dropping the act, ideally, though. Because you got Queen of Wands, you got Two of Cups, the Nine of Wands, the Fool, and the Sun. For some of y'all, though, I feel like if you relinquish the relationship that you have with a person, I feel like, though, you don't want to. It feels like some emotional blackmail going on here, because the Sun, that speaks of unhappiness, though. The Fool, this Queen of Wands, could be very folly, though. So it could be a sibling, though, ideally, that could manipulate a person into a situation, though. Like, they never learn from their lessons. It's like, oh, let's do this, let's do this. And you kind of like, oh, I don't want to. They do the same thing. Like, you hear me say, end up in a space of regret. Like, their unhappiness about something makes it, like, it emotionally, it's a big mind fucking emotional manipulation game. I will say that, though. Queen of Pentacles flew out, though. Ooh, I knew the Hangman was going to come out. Didn't I say that, though? You got Queen of Pentacles and the Hangman reverse. For some of y'all, I kind of feel like, I'm telling y'all, this is the same game. This is the same game. I tell y'all, though, if this is like a money type matter, though, I kind of feel like this, though. Like, say, for instance, if it was like a company to where, like, ooh, shit, I got to hurry up. We gotta wrap this up, though. Shit, my leg. Oh, fuck. It's a mosquito biting me. Damn, I'm sitting in this grass. We gotta wrap this up because I got 10%. But overall, you hear me say this Queen of Pentacles and this Hangman. I kind of feel like this is a person, like, necessary if it comes to like business type matters. Somebody who is in an entrepreneur type state where they constantly like suggestion, but they don't actually have a blueprint. So ideally, though, it could be money type matters. So they keep burning through it, and it's kind of like, oh, I thought you was gonna do this necessarily with the business. This kind of gives me like business unnecessarily, though. For some of y'all, it's kind of like habits or a person necessarily spending. For some of them, this Queen of Pentacles, they are very emotional manipulative, and they do the same thing, and they don't care. For some of y'all, I think it's like recognizing that they don't care. Like, they don't care. Like, I feel like it's on both ends, though. For some of y'all, though, like a person or a parent, I feel like it's like both of y'all doing the same thing, because you got the Knight. So that's why I said I go to the Knight that's in the middle. Ace of Pentacles, though. For some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like this over and over and over again, because you got the Knight and the Ace, though. It's kind of like you keep it's like this hesitancy going back and forth, though. So it's like the both of y'all, though. If it's like siblings, yes. If it's a person, yes. It's like y'all do the same thing, because you got 8 of Cups and the Judgment. Some of y'all are stuck in a situation. Like, you want to go higher, you want to understand, you want to be able to move forward, like you want to, like, need to understand it, but it's here. Both of y'all are stuck, though. It's kind of like, okay, because this is the lessons. Like, the Knight brings the lessons for you. Like, you're in apprentice mode, you're learning before you get to that king type status. And for some of y'all, though, it's like the impatience and the boredom that you deal with from not learning from situation, because it's a lot of fire cards moving too fast before you could even get to the judgment call, to where you get those well done's and those good those well done's, those thank you have moved on. Like, yeah, 3 of Swords, to be able to move on and be able to push forward, ideally, though. That's what it kind of gives me. I will say that, though. 10 of Cups. Yeah. Okay, you got 5 of Cups reversed, the Empress, the Ace of Swords, and the 10 of Wands. For some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like this is here. I feel like this, though. Like I say this though, whoever has the money or whoever makes the most money when it comes into family, instead of putting people on money, y'all like to say control. So instead of funding, ideally though, when it comes to businesses, y'all don't know how to be like a private investor or this to make sure that your money is good. So you just keep giving to somebody who necessarily ain't gonna do no follow-up bullshit. Like you ain't gonna follow up. Because it's one of y'all, it's kind of like, oh, okay, why I invested it? Da, 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 da. You didn't made a bad investment, but you didn't do a follow-up on your money, so it's kind of like a loss on your money. This is what some of y'all do, though, ideally, though, when it comes to business matter, relationships, and family. For some of y'all in family, though, because you have money or you make the most, you feel like they supposed to kiss your ass. Like you take that managerial position home and then think that everybody else is supposed to bark to your details. So just because whoever makes the most money, I gotta kiss their ass, I gotta kiss their ass, and it's like this person challenges you to think outside of the box. But for some of y'all don't like this shit, so you feel like to where when you take it too far or react in a necessarily immature, or I'm gonna take this away from you financially, I'm gonna do this, that's when you come back and you give, because it's the guilt, because you know you're wrong as well as they know they wrong, except for this person just don't give a fuck. They don't give a fuck, and I ain't saying like don't give a fuck like they don't care. It's kind of like, okay, whatever. Because both of y'all are the same thing to each other. Alright, okay, let's pull from this animal cards real quick, because I told you I'm on 10%. Ideally, though, I will say that, though. But this looks like a stressor, though. I told you it's like a lot of mind games. Like two people, ideally, that play a lot of mind games with each other. Ideally, though, it's kind of like, yeah, okay, da-da-da-da-da. Like, you know how the girls be on the ground, how they be kissing up to these dudes, like they egos and shit like that. Oh, girl, da-da-da-da-da-da. To try to see to make them feel good, just to get what they want. That's what it is. So when y'all have somebody like that in y'all life, I don't know who it is. It could be a person, ideally, though. So let's see. Girl, cosmic egg. Okay, come on now. Girl, I want you to want me too. Is that my baby daddy? Let's see what comes out, though. Girl, I want you to want me too. I got a lot of baby daddies, though. Some of y'all just had a kiss for me, though. That's it. Trying to see what else comes out, though, that we need for it's like animals, ideally, though. Because I told you I got to wrap this up. Earthworm. Ew, look at all this earth signs. Oh, okay. All right, okay. I got it. Bam, here you go. That's what I was looking for. I said that, though. Shit, what came out behind it, though? Oh, shit. Camera ain't over there. Cobra. Let's go. Girl, I want you to want me to. You got air, earth, water, earth, fire. So you got all the elements here, though. You got mind, body, and spirit, though, ideally, though. You got the cosmic egg. You got the cosmic egg. Wait a minute, though. Girl, I want you to want me to. Girl, just I want you. Ooh. Why the fuck is it in my head, y'all? Is that it? Wait. Oh, yeah. Okay. Cosmic egg, you hear me say this got something to do with your crown type chakra. I just had to make sure that's y'all want finna read it for y'all, though, ideally, though. This is things that like the inner knowing of awareness, though. For some of y'all, I kind of felt like that. It was like the struggle, like ideally, when it came to that. So not the peanut, the crown. That's kind of like dealing with the uncertainties, unsureness, though, like that rush of not being able to stand your ground. And it also goes back to the root, to where you have like a lot of earth energy necessarily on here. So if you're not planted and rooted into who you are, you could always feel like life is knocking you on your feet. So that's like ideally. So let's say, for instance, if like it's like crown in the mind, where you're dealing like epilepsy or uncertainties, or the passing out, the fainting type energy. For some of y'all not rooted. And I ain't saying rooted like you're not rooted into the earth. Some of y'all are invested just into money type matters. Some of y'all don't. Like, I feel like this, what I wanted to say in the reading is one of y'all be like, oh, I can't get a relationship because I got to do this. No, you're saying that. Some of y'all not rooted into the person who you are. So that's where the consuming of drugs and alcohol or partying, or ideally, though, being in unfavorable situations, to where it's just going back and forth banter, because some of y'all not rooted into the person who you need to be. This cosmic type egg, because you think it's in the mind, so you keep using your mind instead of like planting seeds, because y'all keep planting on unfertile ground, so you keep getting the same thing. You got the cheetah. This is like fast paced movement idea. This is fire. This is hitting the ground. Like some of y'all are not stable enough. And when I say stable, I'm not talking about financially, because we just see financial burdens for some of y'all. It could be that. But some of y'all not stable into the person or necessarily the things that you want to become. Sorry if I'm moving too fast because the camera about to die. And then you got the rabbit, though. I told you the rabbit. If you see a rabbit in your real life, chase that bitch. It doesn't mean it's going to chase the fears away. It just means you got the courage to, because the rabbit goes around and it speaks of the fears unnecessarily challenging itself to be able to overcome them. That's why I said some of y'all in that Eight of Swords got resources and support or things around you, but you don't utilize them. Some of y'all recognizing that you don't have that support around you, and it's the fear type base. Somebody keeps somebody in a fear, trauma-induced type state. So I was saying what you could have, what you should have, so some of y'all need to release the old past notions that people have of you. Baby, I want you. I forgot what the elk and the goddamn nightingale means. So hurry up, we gotta move fast. We gotta move fast. I think the elk. Wait. That's a part of like the deer type column though. Wait a minute, y'all. Oh, yes. Didn't I say that though? It is stable, resilient, and headstrong, and it is the father. That's why I said for some of y'all though, it's like a father figure, a parental figure that you lacked as a child or that you need. Or for some of y'all though, as the women, you are your fathers. Like this is where you don't be able to connect with like masculine. So at a point to where it's like the emasculation period, like the overly independent, I'ma do this, and not knowing how to allow like the help in. For some of y'all just, oh, I'm me. But I told you, it's needing to be stable into who you are and all of you toxicity in relationships. It's a they become known and respected for acting in ways that uphold these values. Sometimes the elk ego can become inflated, but for the most part, they make damn good fathers, mothers, lovers, and friends. The world needs more elk energy. For some of y'all try to give this off and it goes so fucking wrong. You got nightingale. I'm trying to move fast, y'all. I'm trying to move fast. Wait a minute. Wait a minute, I'm trying to move fast though. Wait a minute. Girl, cause I want to. Water, air. I'm trying to get to the air. Did I pass the air? Damn, that's dead. Alright, here we go. Air. Whew. Alright, okay. Nightingale. Trying to get to the L though. I study them, but then my mind just elsewhere because it's like I'm channeling in on somebody else's energy. Okay, the nightingale is fearless. It is fearless voice, speech, communication, or a song. This is an indication that you need to open up a bridge between the heart and the voice. There is something that needs to say. How long has it been since you sang a song? Turn it up, write it down, and let it out. For some of y'all though, it's like holding in this like resentment to where it creates this disdain relationships. So it could go into those explosive type environments instead of just saying, okay, I need to pull back. For some of y'all, it's like, okay, I do it. And it's speaking with kindness, though, and freeness. For some of y'all, though, this is the whale. The whale speaks of, like, the transitions that come in your life. It's kind of like the whale is the wisdom. It's the emotional aspects. When a whale shows up in your life, if you dream about it, if you think about it, it's ideally taking you on a path where you can gain certain things. It pushes you because the whale is like, the whale has like a long lasting lifespan. It's, if nobody don't kill it or whatever case may be, but it got a long lasting lifespan. And ideally though, it has like a shit ton of wisdom. So if you see a whale come in your life, ideally though, so this could be a personal situation. An elder, ideally though, that comes in, it's like trying to teach you and push you past situation. Remember, your elders can reincarnate and they can be younger than you. It could be a child. It could be somebody from the age of 18 to 30 while you're 50, or you could be 20 and you could be talking to somebody that's 50 and not in a relationship aspect, but gifting you gain. Last card out as we wrap this up. You got Earthworm. This is shy, the hesitant, reluctant to share your inner vision. It said this card is a reminder not to be intimidated or to lose hope. Mystery takes time. You're on the right track. Besides, a rumor has a beginner's mind offer to the most valuable insight. Earnest, intelligent, and valuable. For some of y'all, though, I kind of feel like this is their energy. I'm sorry if I rushed this, though, but my phone is finna die. I come back, I'm going to my room. We're going to do the releasing of friends and relationships, ideally, though. But for some of y'all, I kind of feel like this has been blocking y'all and holding y'all up from getting to where you got to go. And some of y'all are just stuck because y'all don't want to shake up the foundations with friends, family, and relationships. So you keep helping people and creating codependency. So if you're looking for love, you're always going to meet partners who are codependent on you. Or if it's like codependent on you. Or you may feel somebody's codependent on you because they lack, because somebody's mind I'm telling you, like, channeling that energy is confusing in the mind. Like, somebody knows, but they second guess themselves, so they allow somebody to come up and dictate. So because of that's the case, it's this cling of power because somebody's not sure of who they are. So they kind of like, no, you can't say this. So I'm always flex and I'm gonna dominate. I'm gonna do this. So that's what it is, though. For some of y'all, that Queen of Pentacles, though, I tell you, when it comes to that what you call aspect, it's the implanting of the seeds in the mind and the witching hour, though. For some of y'all, it could be a parent or a person for financial type gain. Somebody was saying, you ain't gonna be good enough. That person only wants you for your money. Like, they say stupid ass shit like this. Oh, you want to be friends with them? Oh, why you want to be friends with them? Them hoes fake. It's like they constantly say all this hyper negative type shit, and you let that affect you instead of saying, why do you feel that way? Like, if it's family or friends or a person, it's like, why do they feel this way? Like, where they're hyperly negative? Why you don't understand where their negativity comes from? Is it fear? Is it a lack of knowing? Is it a lack of understanding? What is it? So on that note, I'm gone, y'all. Like I said, I'm sorry for pushing this shit so fast, but my phone's finna die, so oh well. So I hope this help y'all out, because I told y'all those, it's like, yeah, go ahead and do it. Spirit was like, go ahead and do it, and I was like, but y'all don't watch my shit. I can fight y'all. Anywho, y'all watch the other ones, though, so I appreciate y'all for that, though. But other than that, though, till the next time you see me, all right.